Hey guys, Splicewave here, and I'm back with another Playing PlayStation Home in 2022 video. Now, as of this video, PS Home Offline Update 3.11 was released yesterday, and in this video, I'm going to be showcasing some of the new content added in this update. So without further ado, let's get into the video. And here we are at Shoei Kingdom Night. Now, we've already had the day version as well as the sunset version, but this is by far my favourite out of the three. As exclusive to the night is, if we look over here, there's a big light show there. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, probably the king or something, but it looks really nice. And overall, a really nice sky, really nice lighting, and has these nice little romantic candles. Overall, just makes for a really nice space, of course. And yep, there's a reindeer with Santa on it, so this is also the Christmas version. What I like about it is actually a 3D model, and you can follow it. So if we go into free cam, it's real. Well, I don't think Santa has a face. Nope, he doesn't. Oh well, you can't see it from down there. Overall, like I said, makes for a really good space. What's not to like about this space other than the signs in a language that you can't understand, like this one? Anyways, let's move on to another new space in this update. And here we are at Cafe Yama, an apartment that has two sides to it. This here is the cafe bit. It's a front where there's a secret base up here. So if we go all the way up here, as you can see, just a regular looking cafe. If you go up here, there's a door. Now, because the door's a mini game and we don't have the mini game, the door won't open. But if we press F6 to disable collision, we can walk through it. And then we press F5, and inside is a secret base. There's a lift here. Obviously this doesn't work. You can just stand there, still go up the other way and down. And then round here are some bikes along the wall. Overall, make for a great space. And one of my favourite things about this area is right here. This here, you would think would just be a static image, right? Nope, it's actually see-through. So if we turn off collision, and then go down here, then we go into free cam. If I go back there, as you can see, completely brick wall. But it's actually looking through it. And what I like is there's even detail outside of it, somewhat. So if we go here, as we can see, you can see in. And then you can see in here from this window. But let's say we go up there. There's no window here, or it's shut. So we do that and just turn around. The same window is shut, is see-through on the other side. Very, very weird. Anyways, let's move on to another new space in this update. And here we are at Capcom Sky Lounge Floor 1, which I would say is my favourite space, or group of connector spaces I should say, in this update, because it just looks so good. The scenery is just so colourful. And what I like about it is that it has a lot of connecting spaces. Like right here we can see PS3 Capcom Cinema, which leads to the cinema. Then over here we've got PSP, the theatre, which goes there. And then over here leads to the Sky Deck. We've had the Sky Deck for about 2 years now in PlayStation Home Offline, so that's not a new one. This here is a new space. And if that's not enough, up here leads to floor 2, which we'll go there in a minute. But overall, just a really nice space to have. Really glad I found it. I remember seeing the thumbnail for this space for a long time and really wanting it. And for this update, I finally got it. Well, we finally got it, as it's in update 3.11, of course. Anyways, let's head to floor number 2. And here we are at floor 2. Now over here there is the store bit, lots of arcade games. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get them working, I'm sorry about that. But don't worry, there are new working mini-games in this update, so hopefully that makes up for it. As you can see, Capcom store. I didn't actually know Capcom made Mega Man, whatever his name is. Huh. It's really good. Then if you go around here, just leads to the lift. I believe there is a mini game that takes you down, which is the same as the scene link, so nothing much. Then there's a barrier here. As you can see, nothing's there. So whenever that area open. Then you come around here. And there's the download and online play area, which I'm not really sure what this is. To me, it's a scene link to other places, but the only ones that work are the ones without barriers, like here. Which I don't actually know where they go. I don't think they go to the event square, so I didn't set them to go there. I think they go to another theatre or something, I'm not too sure. Other than that, makes for a really nice space. Anyways, let's move on to one more Capcom Sky Lounge space. And here we are at Capcom Sky Lounge Event Square, which is probably my second favourite space in this update, again for its colours. Now there are other versions of this space that are based on different seasons, and so this one to me looks like either summer or spring. I don't know for certain because I don't have any of the others, but this is the one we got for now. What I like over here is that this area reminds me of Ratchet and Clank space, the time traveler space. Looks really good to me. And I like how it just goes around this tree here. Looks really nice. Feels like a Sonic space in a way. And then just up here, little areas. Then over here, which, like a podium? I'm not sure. It's for a minigame, obviously, but strangely it doesn't have collision. Don't know why. But it just doesn't. Neither do these seats. But overall, the colours make this for a very, very nice space. And this is obviously part of the Sky Lounge, which to me this looks like it would be at the top based on this elevator, as well as just seeing the atmosphere, like where else on the ship would it be. And with that said, let's go on to another new apartment. And here we are at Carlas coffee shop apartment, and this space here gives off vibes of the corner in space apartment, which was added in update 3.03. So this space feels like to me it's in space, just like that one is, which is nice, but also at the same time it feels like it's somewhere on Earth given these roads. Plus it's got a whole outdoor section, like obviously this is the main attraction, but it's got an outdoors bit which not many apartments tend to have, at least around the front of it, which makes this one stand out to me. And then at the end of the roads we've got barriered off, as you can see, construction, and then round here, more construction, but overall, if we go inside, looks quite nice. Got the little coffee area for making coffees. I'm sure you're supposed to put furniture here, but obviously for this I'm not going to. And you go out here, overall, really solid apartment, a nice find for this update. Anyways, let's go to Loco Roco Island so I can show you something else that I wouldn't usually show in these videos, but this thing is very special, so I will for this. And here we are at Loco Roco Island. Now the island's not what I want to show you. Most of you will probably already know that we've had this space in PlayStation Home Offline for several years. One of the first spaces that was found, I believe. But what I want to show you is a furniture item. So let's go to redecorate. Add appliances, and down here is Essence of the Wind, a new item in this update. Now there's two reactions you've got. You either don't know what this thing is and so you don't know what to say, or you're going absolutely crazy because this thing is awesome. So first let's place it over here, and you'll see why I chose this map once I start to use this thing. Anyways, looks good there. Let's go over to it. So what's so special about this if you don't know? Well, you go up to it, press play, and you can now fly. Yep. So as you can see, the controls are L to move, obvious, R1 to move the camera around, yep. R2 to go up, L2 to go down. Toggle legend, that basically just means hide the UI, like that. And then there's soar, which is a toggle, and it makes you move faster. And then there's R1, which makes you do this. And take picture, just like in the menu. So if we combine it, and this is why I chose this space, we can go flying in this area. Yep, just like that. Just keep going up and up and up and up until there's no more up to go, or you get bored. Probably that. But you can keep going up and up in this space because there's no barrier in this one. This is why I chose it. Because a lot of apartments, they're set indoors, or they will have an outdoors area, but it will be really closed off. So you'll hit a barrier pretty close to the ground, which means flying around isn't exactly fun. But for this space, this is a major exception. As you can see, you can just fly over here, although there is a barrier, so you kind of have to fly over it. And then, as you can see, yep, there's a barrier above the ground, like that. But what I like to do is press options or start and exit, and then simply move over here. Oh, nope, that didn't go well. That did not go well. What you can try is going along here and then go into the hammock. Should have really turned off the speed boost for this, but let's see if I can do it. As you can see, voila! We got to the top using no glitches at all. No cannon, no lift, just essence of wind. Hell yes. And as you can see, since the last update, this area's got new things. Like, for example, this up here wasn't here, I believe, or that swing wasn't. And that hammock definitely wasn't there before. But it's here now, and looks really nice. And so that's the essence of the wind. Very nice addition to PS Home Offline. Probably the best furniture item in the whole game ever. But, you know, that's just small compared to everything else in this update. Anyways, let's move on to a space that now has a working minigame. And here we are at the gallery. A very old space which was made to promote the PS3 game Fat Princess. And now it has a working minigame. So let's give it a try. So it's over here. And it's essentially a quiz. So, the quest for cake it's called. What you have to do is you have to go up to, let's say, a cage like this. And get the question right. And then there's hints to the answers like here. Like they tell you what a priest is. Or what this guy is, the warrior. And like the text below it is important, so pay attention to it. And now we have to answer the question to get the cake. Who can upgrade their weapon to a black powder rifle? I think that's Ranger if my knowledge of Fat Princess is correct. Yep. Then there's in here. It's red, isn't it? Yep. Then we go over here. So, question 5. How much health does the player have in screenshot 5? It's referring to over here, which is 5 hearts. And if you get a question wrong, it places you in the cage over there. What does the mage? I think that's ice back then. Because originally it has fire, and then it becomes ice. Question 2. Gotta work out, I just remember that. How many pieces? Let's see. How much wood has the player collected in screenshot 2? That's 6 pieces, isn't it? Yeah. Lovely. Now just 2 more. Where are they? Oh, there's one, yep. I mean, obviously it's going to drain life. That's the point. And then the last one in this corner here. It's a priest, isn't it? Lovely. Now I've got all pieces of the cake, so let's feed it to the princess. And it turns her into that. Wow. Oh lord, I could make a joke out of that, but I'm not going to. What annoys me though is that this doesn't stack. You can play the game again, and you can feed her again, but it doesn't make her even fatter. Oh, that'd be great if it did that. Oh well. And so that's the minigame here at the gallery that's now working. So let's move on to another space that now has a new working minigame. And here we are at Central Plaza. Now we know that Listen at Home over there works, obviously. It's pretty obvious that. But over here we now have the PSP working. Not going to play that just in case that's anything I shouldn't have. But as you can see, it just plays the video. It doesn't really do anything else. Obviously the PSP goes up and down. A nice addition. It was either that or a Christmas tree. That was the choices that I had to put there that I could. And then over here we have the map, which actually now works. So if we go here, let's say we go to, I don't know, SOCOM. If I was to press X right now, it would take me to the Tactical Ops Center, because all of these spaces we have here, we have them all. So don't worry. And then we've got over here the sodium teleporter. That again works, takes you to sodium. And then over here we now have this, what is known as the ticker, which is this text that scrolls. That now works as well. So now Central Plaza has all of its mini games working. And like I said there, over here, I had the choice between the PSP or a Christmas tree. And I wanted to have both because, well, what about when it's Christmas? You don't want a PSP there. So what I decided to do was put the Christmas tree in the winter edition of this space. So let's go there now. And here we are. So if we go over to the right where the PSP used to be, it is now a Christmas tree. Even has a little, what would you call this? I guess a Happy Holidays message? Just like that. And speaking of Christmas levels, here we are at Home Square 3 2013 Christmas Edition. Now I know we've already got a Home Square 3, but that was 2012 and did not have nearly as much snow as this. I know it's not Christmas, but it will be in 2 months, so save this video for then. In which case, happy holidays everyone. And moving on from that Christmas level, since the music's really loud, here we are at Harry Potter, Pottermore, Gryffindor Common Room. Now I just want to say something. These Pottermore spaces, for some reason, the developers decided to put the collision files in Lua, which is the minigame itself. So during this, you might fall through the floor. So to avoid that, I recommend pressing F6, which will disable collision and allow you to walk around this area. Because if you were to turn on collision right now, you would fall straight through the floor. I don't know why they developed it like that, but they did. And that's just something we're going to have to put up with, I'm afraid. But as we can see, Gryffindor Common Room looks really nice. One of 2 Harry Potter spaces added in this update. These stairs don't really lead to anywhere, so I'm not going to go there. But the good thing is, you can sit down on these seats, like you can see. Anyways, let's go to the other Harry Potter space added in this update. And here we are at Hogsmeade House. And just before I continue, just want to let you know, don't try walk up these stairs. This is what happens. See? You're just going to walk through it. Collision is on, by the way. See? Can't walk through this wall. But you just walk straight through here. So be careful. If you go too far, you will fall through the map. Or you'll fall here. But to get out, you just press F6. And you can walk your way over here. And then you can go around here. And one other annoying thing. This right here. This isn't solid either. Why they do that, I have no idea. But of course, just go here. Press F5 and it'll surface you. And if you want to get up the stairs, well, this is where Essence of the Wind can come in handy. So if we place it around this area. That'll do. What we can try and do is either fly up here or don't try to go up the stairs. Actually, yeah, we should, because as you can see, it's solid here. Very annoying. But yeah, just try and slowly go up the stairs. And well, it's not even solid up here, but the ceiling is solid. That is weird. I don't know why they've designed it like this, but this is the state of the Hogsmeade house in PlayStation Home Offline. Not a bad addition, just a very weird one. Anyways, let's move on to one more space. And here we are at SCJ Home Theatre Lobby. And this is a space that took far too long to find, if I'm being honest. Like, yes, if you know the home square, you will know this space. But somehow, for all these years, we didn't have the home theatre lobby for Japan. We had the cinema room, as in what this goes to, as you can see here. We've always had that, but we never had this building here. This weird shaped building. We never had it. But finally, we've able to find it, and here it is. And then if you go here, you can go into the auditoriums, seen them 1,000 times. Then you go down here, takes you out to the home square. It's a space I was surprised it took this long, but I'm happy that I found it anyway. Anyways guys, that brings us to the end of the video and I hope you all enjoyed it. But before I go, just a note to finish on. This update for PS Home Offline is absolutely huge and I could not fit everything in this video like I more or less could with the last video on the previous update. If anything, I was running out of things to say about the last update if I'm being honest, because there wasn't that much in it. But that could not be said about this update here, update 3.11, which is actually the second biggest update for PS Home Offline I have ever made. Seriously, if you can, check this update out. There's so much new content in it, especially spaces. And to give you an idea of how much, there's a total of 27 spaces, as you can see here. Also, I wanted to let you all know that myself and Devil303 have been working on a full build for PS Home Offline for Hen, which will be coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. But until then, take care and peace.